Good morning, good afternoon, good evening guys, wherever you are on this beautiful world, whenever you're watching this YouTube video. Welcome to the Bitcoin family channel. For the newcomers, my name is Didi. Today coming to you guys from Singapore. We just arrived. I'm a little bit tired, I didn't sleep that well, so my eyes look like sleepy I think, but you know, we need to get into this rhythm of Singapore time, 6 hours ahead of Europe, so let's quickly do that. Beautiful hotel. You can't see anything yet, only this beautiful like cage that I'm in a Bitcoin cage, like you look the orange colors of Bitcoin. Today's video I'm going to share one amazing chart, an amazing chart that you need to see today because it's a very important chart. There's two signals in one chart that are showing you something very interesting when it comes to Bitcoin, and you must see this guys. Don't skip that part. I will give you a trading tip, I will give you a travel tip, I will give you some other stuff, all the stuff that you're normally used for me. Let's quickly jump into the first part. Bam! First part guys is the news. The news is I'm in Singapore. I should be at token 2049. I'm completely wasted and tired. The trip took 48 hours, not that much sleep, so I can't go there anymore. It's only open for a couple of more hours. One of the companies that invited me to go there was ArtFi. Check them. They are decentralizing and tokenizing the complete art world. They have an amazing booth in token 2049. Sorry I couldn't make it, but thank you again for inviting me. Bybit, of course, inviting me to this beautiful event that Bybit is organizing here with the Formula 1, the Grand Prix, all that stuff, guys. So that's the news. So aside of thanking those two companies, there is no news today, guys. So I'm going to jump into the next part. Bam. The next part I again experienced while traveling here, guys. It's very important to understand that everywhere you go in the world, you might run into problems. And it doesn't matter how long it takes for you to arrive at your destination, it matters that you arrive at your destination. So sometimes it can take a day longer, or 2 days longer, or 3 days longer, but you will arrive, and that's the goal. Yes, now we can enjoy this beautiful park here around me, all in the garden, guys. Look what a beautiful view we have over here. Now, so that's more important than that you arrive to a destination, that is how long it will take. And that counts for everything in life. Sometimes you need to plan a couple of years to get to that position that you want to achieve in the future. But as that is your goal, you can then build towards that goal. Baby steps. You start with a goal and you work towards that goal. So that's my advice for today when it comes to life, guys. Bam! Today guys, I have only one chart, but this chart is the most important chart now for me, and you need to really understand this chart. This is the Bitcoin weekly chart, and on this weekly chart we can clearly see in the stock on the bottom and in the stock RSI that there is gonna be a switch. We are bottoming out in the RSI and the stock. The blue line has been crossing the red line already, and when the blue line crosses the red line to the upside, and it's both happening in the stock and the stock's RSI, that mostly will lead into a beautiful reversal into a higher price in Bitcoin. Just look to the previous time, completely left on the chart, when that happened. When the blue crossed the red line, around that dotted line, we went massively up with a lot of green candles, guys. If that is going to happen now again, yes, the market has retraced, yes, everything has become quiet again, but when this happens again, mostly fireworks will happen, and then before you know it, Bitcoin will again be above that huge 30k resistance level. And that is exactly what the Gaussian channel chart yesterday also showed you guys. Gaussian channel that I told you we will retrace back to that midline. We did touch that midline, and now it's important that we get a green candle the next 3 days and 19 hours that will go again to the top of that Gaussian channel, probably around 27,900 US dollar by then. We should try to get that top again. If that happens, then that RSI that you saw on the previous card again was the signal to step into Bitcoin to make a few K profit. Now in the short term and the long term, of course, we will go much higher. That were the charts for today, guys. I'm already starting to sweat, guys, here. It's really warm. Did you enjoy the chart? I think it's a very important chart to understand. On the weekly time frame, this means mostly bullishness on the weekly time frame. Bullishness, yeah, like that, guys. So my advice, start to accumulate more Bitcoins, guys. It's important to accumulate Bitcoins. Now, this leads into the trading tip. The trading tip of today will be this one. Bam. Guys, the trading tip of today is use a trailing stop loss. If you don't know what a trailing stop loss is, that's what I'm going to explain now. A trailing stop loss is a stop loss that will increase the moment the Bitcoin price will increase. So for example, you open a trade at 27,000 US dollar per Bitcoin, a long, and you have a stop loss at 26,500 US dollar. If the Bitcoin price increases from 27,000 to 27,500, the trailing stop loss will also increase with the same amount of distance, $500. So if you go to bed and to sleep and you want to be sure that the Bitcoin pumps, that the trailing stop loss increases as well. So if you hit the stop loss, then the stop loss will be hit at a higher level, guys. So that's a trailing stop loss. Bybit has an amazing manual on how to set it, how it works in the Bybit Academy. Just check that website to find more information on how to trade with a trailing stop loss. That was the trading tip for today. Bam! The travel tip for today is that always, before you travel to a country, be aware that you need to apply for visas or entry documents or these arrival cards. You can always do that online. If you do that online, you spare a shitload of time when you arrive at the airport after a long day of traveling, and then you still need to fill this form and then get into the line of the customs. So it's better to just do these forms online. Always check before you travel if you can do this form online. That will save you a shitload of stress when you're there with your family on the airport, and then you need to fill all that stuff and you need to get your passports and your numbers. Try to fill these forms online before that you arrive to a country. That will save you a lot of stress. That was the travel tip for today. Bam! Then the last part of the video, guys, it's a question from one of the followers, and the question was, if I have my Bitcoins, what is the safest way to store them? Should I store them on a centralized exchange, because then I cannot lose my private keys? Should I store them on a hardware wallet and save the private keys somewhere in my safe? Should I store it on a decentralized exchange? You can't store them there, but you can connect your wallet. People are always afraid, because if you are your own bank, you need to be able to protect yourself. That means if you put your Bitcoins on a hardware wallet, then you need to store your private key somewhere in a safe. And if you start to travel, yes, you might have the risk that you need to take that key with you, and if you lose it, yeah, you lose it. You lose the ability to reinstall your hardware wallet. So it's very important that you seed phrase, that private key that you have, that you store it somewhere very safely. So the discussion is always there. What is by now safer? Is a centralized exchange like Bybit, is it safe to have your Bitcoins there? Because then you don't need to check your private wallet. You have second factor authentication. You have all the protections that nobody can withdraw your Bitcoins because they need 2 or 3 passwords and a confirmation email, etc. Or is it safer to have your Bitcoins on the hardware wallet, but then you need to protect your private keys and your seed phrases? So it's always a difficult thing. We also as a family always think about it, but we diversify. So a huge part is on Bybit, for example. A huge part is on the hardware wallet for us. A huge part is on other custodial services. So there is a diversification of possibilities, and that is also what I would encourage you to do. Don't bet on one horse. Just play it safe, diversify. Have a little bit on a beautiful exchange like Bybit. I think Bybit is completely safe and is transparent. You can see if the shit hits the fan. You can always withdraw. Now, then you have a hardware wallet. Put a huge part on your hardware wallet, the biggest part. But there is also software wallets on your telephone. Have a little bit on your software wallet. Have a little bit also on your, for example, your Lightning wallet, because you need to pay somewhere with Bitcoin, with Lightning transactions. So diversify your whole portfolio so that you feel at ease. And if you lose one of them, you always have the other ones. So the safest play is use multiple ways of storing of your Bitcoins, guys. Not just one way, but try to do different ways, guys. Now, do you want to enjoy this beautiful view again before I end the video? Check how beautiful this is over here, guys. The pool is over there. I'm gonna enjoy the pool a little bit later, but we are now in a very beautiful hotel, Singapore. Check this hotel. That was everything for today, guys. I hope you really enjoyed this video. If you did enjoy this video, then give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends and family, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and leave a comment. What do you think about the charts? What do you think about the tips? What do you think about Singapore? Thank you for watching, and see you tomorrow again. Bam.